Hi YouTube, it's Alan Sugano. I'm the president of ADS Consulting Group, and today's tip is about 5 ways to improve your cybersecurity for your business. And I did another one that I don't know which one's going to post first, but I'd also did one about home security. This one is similar, but it's a little bit more business focused. So number one, which is the same for home users, by the way, is get good backups. Follow the 3-2-1 backup rule, which actually it's the 3-2-1-1 backup rule, which is 3 copies of your data on 2 separate media, 1 copy off-site, but more importantly, 1 copy offline. And the reason why we say you need to get an offline backup now is because of all the ransomware attacks that are going on, right? If your backups are still online, they're connected to a NAS or something, and you get hit with crypto or ransom, those backups online are vulnerable because they can be encrypted as well, and now you can't restore, and now you're asking, hey, how much Bitcoin do I need to pay to get the decryption key to get my data back? So that is really, really, really important. Get your backups offline. Either in the other option to that, is you can do it with tape, which I know has fallen out of favor a little bit, but it's still one of the most cost-effective ways to get your backups offline. The other way is with some type of what's called immutable storage. So Amazon has their Glacier, Azure has blob storage. But basically, immutable storage means that once the data are written to the storage medium, they cannot be deleted, cannot be changed, just is locked and frozen forever. Immutable, right, means never changing or immovable or not being able to be modified. And that effectively counts as an offline backup because, right, you can't delete it, and you can't modify it. So that is a good practice. So that's tip number one: is get backups. Follow the 3-2-1 backup rule. Second one is multi-factor authentication everywhere. We consider multi-factor authentication when you're accessing remote systems remotely absolutely mandatory. We are now recommending MFA when you're sitting inside your office. I don't care, you still want to do MFA. So we're like MFA, 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 MFA. Did I mention you should do MFA? Because, hey, MFA, right? So it is really important. The reason why that is that if you get a notification one-time use password to your phone as a text message or a duo push or an octa push or something like that, and you did not try to log in, you know instantly that somebody actually has your username and password. And then it shields up, we better figure out what happened. That is a security incident in progress, right? So you better react to that really, really quickly. So that's number 2, is MFA everywhere. Number 3 is get some type of enterprise management patching system that can patch not only your operating system, but as well as your applications. And the reason why I say that is you don't want to leave it up to end users to get the patches on, because it may get on, it may not get on. The other thing to look for in an enterprise patch management system is good reporting. So make sure that the workstations and servers that got patched got the memo, right? The patches actually got delivered, they were successful, have the ability to run a scan. Hey, what's missing on this? I can tell you in any patch session we get a failure rate of between 10 and 15% almost consistently. And the reason, my computer was off, there was a reboot pending, sunspots, acts of God, whatever, So, we have to come back and redo those patches. So implement some type of centralized patch management system. Over 90% of compromises are due to unpatched computers, so act accordingly. Number 4 is something that we are now recommending just because of the Kaseya attack specifically, which is application whitelisting. So instead of figuring out what applications are bad, just only allow the applications that you want to run on your network. We use Threat Locker. We recommend Threat Locker because it handles some of the what should be whitelisted, what shouldn't be whitelisted, what's a threat, what's not a threat. It kind of does some of that automation for you. It's not perfect. You still have to go in and do it. But if you were to do that manually, you will stick a needle in your eye because it very, very quickly becomes it becomes a maintenance nightmare. So you kind of need a good tool to do application whitelisting, but we're saying now you know what, instead of trying to figure out what's bad, we'll only allow the known good stuff in. So that is tip number 4, is application whitelisting. Tip number 5 is actually something that we also recommend for our clients, which is end user training. So whatever IT, whatever your chief security officer, whatever your CIO, chief information officer, decides to put in place in terms of cybersecurity, a lot of times it can be bypassed, maybe maliciously, maybe through just being naive. It can be bypassed by end users. So end users need to be end user training needs to be an integral part of your cybersecurity strategy, because end users have the power to take your network and drive it off a cliff. And that's obviously not very good, because the landing is going to end up bad for you. So end user training is now becoming more and more important. Users need to know how to spot a phish. They need to know about spear phishing. They need to know, see something, say something, right? Just like that 9/11, you see a threat, point it out. Don't go, it's probably nothing. And we even tell our clients, look, we would rather see 10, 20, 30, 40, 500 false alarms rather than just go, it'll be fine, and then somebody loses an eye. So end user training is also really important. So to recap, get good backups, 3-2-1-1 backup rule, MFA everywhere. Enable some type of enterprise patch management system. Consider using application whitelisting and end user training. Now, there's obviously other things that you can do as well, but those things maybe you're not doing right now that you may want to consider to beef up your cybersecurity stance. That's our tip of the day. Thanks for listening. If you like this content, please boink, hit the subscribe button, boink, hit the like button. It really does help out the channel. Stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you soon.